WAOH is brought to you in part by Ohio's #1 trusted real estate team, The Young Team, online at theyoungteam.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Good Morning Akron. And today I'm here again with Dan Mosier. How are you doing?
Love crashing this party.
I know. We love having you here.
And I love the new set.
Of course.
This worked
right?
out well.
I know.
Yeah. Great show today.
I thought it looked amazing. We did amazing. I felt, better maybe a little bit sitting at this table talking to people.
I do like this. I like the chairs.
Right.
But that's a very casual sort of, like the Kelly Clarkson show or like Ellen where they would sit in those kind of chairs.
Right.
I like that. That's what we were going for.
Yeah.
But a lot of guests said I prefer to a high top table in a podcast style setting.
Right.
So we're going with this.
Right. And I think it's been doing pretty good, honestly.
I think so.
Yeah.
We have an exciting announcement.
We do.
Today we are launching a nonprofit called Akron Community Studios. And what we're going to do through this nonprofit, we are going to raise money so that we can have a media creation studio open to the public. When we launched WAOH television, so many community organizations, nonprofits, activists, citizen journalists came to us and said, I would love to be a part of this. And we said, absolutely. But the cost of creating content and the cost of, and the resources to go out to every single story, they just aren't there.
Right.
For every single topic. But there are so many great stories in Akron and so many organizations that want to create content for WAOH television and for their use.
Of course.
So we have decided to create a nonprofit and build a TV studio that is open to all. And it's going to be operated by volunteers and by media students from local colleges. And all of the costs of the facilities for this will be covered through donations. We're going to raise money.
Yeah.
And one of the major driving missions, one of the major things we would really like to be doing is to run workshops that advance the photojournalism and writing skills for citizen journalists or journalism students or anyone who aspires to be a better communicator and a better writer. And their mission is to do good things for Akron.
Right. And that is a lot of an issue, actually, especially in student journalism, is being able to work in a studio, being able to get the equipment. I know specifically as a Kent State student that you have to be in a certain class, you have to know a certain teacher, you have to have these connections to use the studio when it should just be open to the public like how we're having it.
That's what we're going to do. And Akron Community Studios will be a facility that when you become a member, and what we're going to do is invite members of the community to join, and then they'll go through a workshop and training, and they have to share our mission that all of the content has to be for the good of Akron.
Right.
So we want people that want to create content for nonprofits or community organizations or feature groups that may not get any news coverage at all.
Yeah.
And so, will everything produced by this group wind up on television or on WAOH or out in the world? The content will be owned by the producer.
Right.
And so they can air it on their Cleveland station. They could air it on their social media. But the idea is that we are going to empower and enable those who want to learn how to use camera equipment, how to use editing software, how to create content, how to tell a story, how to do an interview, run the sound equipment, and then see what the community members could come up with through using our facilities that we make available to them.
Yeah, it's kind of like serving the community through serving people in the community. Yeah.
And what we really want is for people to step forward who are motivated to create content, to serve the community, to serve nonprofits. It's a nonprofit creating content for other nonprofits.
Right, right. We're really just, I feel like trying to stress that, we're here to help and we're here to provide that for people.
One major factor for us is to allow individuals who may have come from a financially disadvantaged background and they didn't have access growing up, let's say, they didn't have access to cameras and computers the way that maybe we did.
Right.
And so there could be people that grew up in a school district that didn't have a school newspaper or didn't have a photojournalism class or a journal or a media class.
Right.
And so many people that we know in the industry started using Photoshop in 5th grade.
Right.
And the school district had all the computers and software training. And there are individuals that can be a young person who aspire to be a media creator, but they don't have access to the tools and never did. So this is what we really want to do, is provide tools and resources and education for individuals who want to do this as an activist, as a citizen journalist, as a hobbyist, or somebody that really wants to hone and advance their communication skills to make Akron better.
Exactly. And I feel like it doesn't matter, like, if you're younger, if you're older, if you come from, like, you know, we're just trying to serve the people that want to create content and do this type of thing for Akron.
So it launches today. It is Akron Community Studios, and it is a nonprofit separate from WAOH television, separate from our video production businesses that produce corporate video and TV commercials and do all the work that pays the bills and all the work that funds WAOH and all that. But WAOH is a for-profit business, and the operation here funded by advertisers, whereas Akron Community Studios will be producing content that is funded by donors and people in the community that want to support individuals learning journalism.
Of course, of course. And that's obviously what's important, is providing these things for our youth so then, you know, we can have those connections moving forward.
Yes, and open to all. So any member of the community that would like to learn more about Akron Community Studios, email us. And you can use WAOH.tv, use the contact form, or even reach out to us on all of our social media platforms if you'd like more information about Akron Community Studios.
I'm so excited about this. I'm excited. Thank you so much for telling us about this. Of course. And finally releasing the information.
We've been talking about this for how long? Today is the day.
Of course, right. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. Have a nice night.